And I'm just going to check, Tudor, I didn't get an introduction from you. Do you have a formal one you'd like me to have?
I do not.
No problem. No problem. So at this point, Tudor has been in our club for about 6 months, and one of my favorite things, one of my favorite memories of Tudor is the first day he walked into our club, or was dragged into the club, what sounds like by Paul now that I've done. We didn't have one of our speakers show up. So instead of just not having, instead he not only didn't have his manual, the guy got up and gave an icebreaker speech. I hadn't even given him an application for the club. He gave his first speech. So let's welcome Tudor Melville giving his speech tonight. Tudor.
How many of you remember or were affected by the 2009 market crash? I'm sure everyone in here was affected in some fashion. You either knew somebody that lost a job, you knew somebody that may have lost a house, you may have even heard of somebody that had financial ruin. For me and my family, I thought my world was coming to an end. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, especially my wife, Susan. We started our business in 1992 out of our garage. We had growth every year up until 2009 when, bam, the economy came to a halt. We all felt it. My wife and I had been donating to many charities. And we decided that we were going to continue with charities. And the reason that we decided that we were going to continue with charities is because they were affected the most. Most people quit giving to charities when times are tough. But we didn't do that. We stepped it up. In fact, we started supporting an orphanage down in Rocky Point. Many of you know that. I have a Prius that I did not know held 1,000 pounds of food. We load up our Prius about every 5 or 6 weeks, and we head down to Rocky Point. And when we get to Rocky Point with that food, and we pull up, these children come running up to us, and the hugs that we get from these children, it just warms our heart. It makes us feel so much better knowing that we're giving back a little bit to the community. The orphanage, they don't get support. They only get donations. They don't have a government that supports them like they do in the United States. So it's only donations that they actually get. We also support 2 little girls in the Philippines. Every month, we support them with money. We also send them sometimes gifts. In fact, 2 years ago, we visited these girls. We went to the Philippines. We actually went to their area of where they live. And some of these people live at the dump. It's hard to imagine, but people actually live at these trash dumps at the Philippines. And we went to those trash dumps. And we saw these little kids that just came up to us, and we had gifts for them. We had food for them. We had treats for them. It was just so heartwarming. We also support 4 people that are in prison. So many times people go to prison, and the family and the friends, they forget about them because they're in prison. But no, we don't do that. We send them books. We send them pictures of their family. We send them letters. We send them money. And it really supports them because they know that when they get out, they have some sort of support. Now I'm going to share with you a story that took place a few years ago. And I didn't want to get emotional about this, but it seems like I do every time. I was driving down the road and I was headed towards Best Buy. And I was going to pick up some electronic parts. And as I was driving there, I looked off to the other side of the road and I saw a gentleman walking on the sidewalk, and he didn't have any shoes on. And I thought to myself, if I pull around, I could maybe go around and see him, but you know what? We always are in a rush, aren't we? And I kept on going. And I went to Best Buy, and I went in, I bought what I needed, and when I came out, he was sitting by my car. What chance of that.
Amazing.
And I looked at him and I said to him, where are your shoes? And he said to me, I don't own them. And I looked down at my shoes, and I had just bought a brand new pair of sneakers. And I said to him, what size are you? And of course, it's the same size, 9.5. I took off my shoes, and I gave them to him. And I gave him $10, and I said, there's a place right next door. You can go by, pick up some socks. Well, I was on my lunch break, and I went back to the office, and I walk in the office, and everybody looks at me like, what are you doing? Where are your shoes?
Wow.
And I had to share with them that story. And that story has resonated through our company, and nobody ever forgot that story. But life is really all about giving. And our company in 2009 had a tough time. It was the worst time of my life. But you know, 2010 turned out to be a record year for our company. And 2011 beat 2010. And guess what? 2012 is breaking all types of records. Our company is up 40% in hiring. But it doesn't always go with just donations to charity. Every once in a while in life, we find people that we would like to give something to. Even somebody at ToastMasters. About 5 months ago, somebody in our club came to me and said, if you ever find a blue, electric blue jacket, 44 large, please pick it up for me. I'll reimburse you. Well, that came to the back of my mind. And for the last 6 months, I have been looking for